What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a very special episode of ezBUCKETz. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. In today's video, I got something that I guarantee you guys are gonna love, especially if you're a Los Angeles Lakers fan. The NBA trade deadline is coming up on March 25th, and with that being said, a lot of NBA teams are gonna be making moves. When talking about the Lakers, the biggest rumors we're getting is the Lakers are targeting the best players available in the potential buyout market. But for this video, I don't want to talk about a buyout. I want to talk about trades I believe the Lakers could make instead of potentially just simply waiting for a free agent. I believe the Lakers have a lot of good trading assets, and that's why for this video, we're going to be talking about the best players and acquisitions that make sense, it's realistic, and it will simply make the Lakers roster better. So if you're a Lakers fan and want to know some trades they can make, you're gonna like this. But quickly, before I get on with the video, just want to say, if you're new to the channel and you love basketball, welcome to ezBUCKETz. My name is Soom and I make basketball videos every single day. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications to not miss any of my upcoming videos. If you watched this video and you loved it, be sure to smash that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. It would help out the channel a lot. But without wasting any more time, let's talk about the Lakers. When talking about the Lakers right now, there are literally so many available options, so many storylines that Laker fans want them to do. In my opinion, I do agree that going for a buyout player, signing them to a one-year veterans minimum contract is a very intelligent, a very realistic idea, but you never know, guys. In these upcoming few weeks, the player the Lakers might want might not be available, and they might have just wasted their time. As I make this video, the Lakers have a record of 24-13, which ranks them as the 3rd seed in the Western Conference, and I believe with them not being the 1st seed, the Lakers are going to be as active as possible as they want to go into the postseason to defend their championship on the right note, putting themselves in the best position. And with Lakers right now still being NBA championship favorites, I love the attitude that LeBron James and Rob Pelinka are going into this NBA trade deadline with their head held high, and they're going to be aggressive and they must make a move. The Lakers aren't satisfied with their role, and the biggest rumor surrounding them right now is that the Lakers are looking for a big man after Marc Gasol's failed tenure. Basically, the Lakers aren't happy with Marc Gasol and what he's given and proven to the team. They expected more when he signed him, and so far he hasn't delivered. That's why I believe the Lakers are going to try to replace Marc Gasol, whether it's trading him or simply just pushing him back in the rotation. A lot of people out there believe Marc Gasol should be bought out. In my opinion, I don't believe they should do that. I still believe Marc Gasol is a valuable asset to a championship run. So keep Marc Gasol, but I don't believe Marc Gasol should be your starting center. We just got another crazy report from Shams that All-Star Anthony Davis will literally be reevaluated in 2 weeks. And this is great news for the Lakers, as Anthony Davis 4 weeks ago was said he'll miss 2+ weeks. And then of course with the Lakers saying that when Anthony Davis returns, they're not going to give him a full workload. They're going to take it slowly, game by game, to make sure Anthony Davis is fully healthy for the NBA playoffs. And the fact that Anthony Davis is getting at least 6 weeks to rest, I love it. But with March 25th coming up, the Lakers have a lot of options, the Lakers have a lot of trading assets, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Lakers ultimately do make a move. For this video, I have 5 trades that I believe the Lakers must do. It's realistic, it makes a lot of sense, and if the Lakers can make at least one of these trades, I believe it'll be great for their championship run. Some of these trades are small, some of these trades are blockbuster. Make sure you guys watch all these trade scenarios and tell me your thoughts. The first trade on this list is the possibility of the Lakers getting PJ Tucker of the Houston Rockets. And when talking about a valuable trade asset that is complaining and upset about a situation, Tucker is at the top of that list. Right now with the Houston Rockets struggling, Tucker's unhappy. He wants to get traded immediately. As I make this video, the Rockets have a record of 11-24, which ranks them as the 14th seed in the Western Conference, and the only way if they're going to make the playoffs is if they win every game from now on. And we all know for sure that's not happening. And with the Rockets in full tank mode, PJ Tucker, who's 35 years old on a $7 million expiring contract, the Rockets must trade him as soon as possible. Right now with the Lakers focusing more on a front court player, PJ Tucker, I know, is undersized, but he's proven in the past to be a dominant power forward player that can be a great, unstoppable, lockdown defender, but also a great three-point shooter. And with the Lakers needing some depth off the bench, and especially defensive depth, PJ Tucker would be a great idea. If the Lakers want a good shot at defending their championship, they're going to need someone to guard players like Kawhi Leonard, Luka Doncic, Paul George in the Western Conference, and that's why I believe with PJ Tucker being available, the Lakers must call the Houston Rockets immediately. I believe if the Lakers can offer up Alex Caruso, Markieff Morris in exchange for PJ Tucker, this wouldn't be a bad deal as the Rockets lose PJ Tucker but also get some pretty good assets. With Tucker getting paid about $7 million, Alex Caruso's contract is the closest to matching it. Of course, the Lakers don't want to give up KCP, don't want to give up Montrezl Harrell, or don't want to give up Kyle Kuzma. Caruso, in my opinion, is the best idea, and then the Lakers give more minutes to THT, Talon Horton Tucker. Laker fans, what do you guys think about this? Trading the White Mamba for Tucker. Let me know your thoughts. The next player on this list that I believe the Lakers must target is Hassan Whiteside. He's a very popular target. When it comes to a cheap center that the Lakers can get, he's affordable but can play at a dominant level and be very impactful, especially for his price. Last year, playing for the Portland Trail Blazers, Whiteside was amazing. He actually led the league in blocks per game, and honestly, I'm just surprised that right now in his career, he's playing for a bad team, not getting consistent minutes, and is simply not being used to the maximum potential. After that big report about the Lakers looking for a big man after Marc Gasol's failed tenure, I believe Whiteside would be a great starting center. Just imagine a defensive, rim-protecting lineup of Anthony Davis and Hassan Whiteside. That would be disgusting. Whiteside this past offseason signed a 1-year minimum contract with the Sacramento Kings, and with him not being happy there, the Kings right now are putting Whiteside in multiple trade scenarios and trade talk, and I believe the Lakers must pursue Hassan Whiteside immediately. If the Lakers can offer up Alfonso McKinney and their 2023 second-round pick, I believe this is more than enough for Hassan Whiteside, as the Kings get a young forward of Alfonso McKinney who could be a pretty good defender, a 3-and-D presence, and then of course getting a second-round pick for an expiring contract. That's always worth it in the NBA. I believe this trade makes a lot of sense. Imagine a starting lineup of Dennis Schroeder, KCP, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and then Hassan Whiteside. And then, of course, still having Montrezl Harrell off the bench. I believe this is a perfect scenario, and honestly, it's my favorite when it comes to a cheap, realistic trade that makes a lot of sense. The next player on this list that I believe the Lakers should target is DeMar DeRozan. And when talking about an all-star caliber player that can help the Lakers beat the better teams in the NBA, aka the Brooklyn Nets, DeMar DeRozan could be a great help. The Lakers right now, in my opinion, only have a big two of LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and with the Brooklyn Nets right now having a big four, they just got Blake Griffin, the Lakers might want another name value superstar that can score plus 20 points a game. And right now with DeMar DeRozan being on the Spurs, I wouldn't be surprised if the Lakers ultimately get him. We just got some news from the Spurs that them and LaMarcus Aldridge will no longer be together. They're gonna part mutually, and I wouldn't be surprised that in the upcoming few weeks, DeMar DeRozan is kind of in the same situation, but he kind of is in a better situation, as a lot of NBA teams will still love DeMar DeRozan as he's still in his prime. The Lakers getting DeMar DeRozan will help them on the offensive column to be a shooting guard that can be an offensive threat on any given night. And sometimes, if Anthony Davis is resting or LeBron James is resting, DeMar DeRozan can step up to be their go-to guy. DeMar DeRozan has been linked to the Lakers on multiple occasions, and this year with him being on his final year of his contract, I wouldn't be surprised if a trade ultimately goes down. If the Lakers can offer up Kyle Kuzma, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and their 2027 first-round pick, I believe this is a good trade as the Spurs want to get anything as possible instead of losing DeMar DeRozan for nothing. Because from what DeMar DeRozan is saying, he's not going to re-sign with the Spurs. Imagine a lineup of Dennis Schroeder, DeMar DeRozan, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and potentially Montrezl Harrell off the bench. That would be a deadly closing lineup that can easily benefit the Lakers' future and their deep playoff run. The Lakers' new big three would be disgusting. The next player on this list is a Lakers fan favorite actually, and that's talking about Zach LaVine, another all-star that I believe the Lakers should target if they're going the route of getting a big three to help LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Zach LaVine is a very popular opinion right now. When talking about Zach LaVine's situation on the Chicago Bulls, a lot of NBA fans want to see Zach LaVine in a winning situation, and right now with the Bulls having a record of 16-19, ranked as the 11th seed in the Eastern Conference, they're most likely not going to make the playoffs, and that's why people want to see Zach LaVine on a championship team. During last year's NBA All-Star Weekend, Zach LaVine had an interview of if there's one player he would love to play with, who would it be? And guess who he said? He said LeBron James. And ever since that interview, Laker fans are screaming, Zach to the Lakers, Zach to the Lakers. And honestly, this year with the Lakers going hot pursuit for the NBA championship, I wouldn't be surprised if the Lakers try to get him at least. If the Lakers can offer up Kyle Kuzma, KCP, Marc Gasol, and of course that first round pick in 2027, I believe this wouldn't be a bad offer for the Bulls to accept, as the Bulls are kind of in a mini rebuild mode. They're not going to make the playoffs this year, and they simply might want to build around Lauri Markkanen and Kobe White, and of course give Kyle Kuzma the keys to their future. The Bulls need a lot of help on the defensive end, especially at that backcourt position. KCP would fit right in alongside Kobe White to kind of be a mentor and bring NBA championship experience. But then of course on the Lakers perspective, getting Zach LaVine, a player that can shoot a 3-ball, who's averaging about 28 points per game right now, would make the Lakers instantly a championship contender. In my opinion, this is a deal breaker trade, a blockbuster that goes a long way. I want this to happen. It would be awesome. And then the last player on this list that I believe the Lakers should target is Mo Bamba of the Orlando Magic, and he's in the exact same situation as Hassan Whiteside. He's a part of a team, he has a lot of potential, but is not getting the opportunity to show it. Because right now, guys, with the Orlando Magic, they're one of the worst teams in the Eastern Conference. They have a record of 13-24, and with Nikola Vucevic basically being their main and best player, Mo Bamba is not going to have a chance to show what he can do. And that's why going to the Lakers, a championship team, might be the best thing for Mo. If the Lakers can offer up Alex Caruso and a second-round pick in 2023, I believe this trade is a simple one-for-one deal for the Lakers to get Mo Bamba to potentially be a developing center for the upcoming future. I wouldn't say start Mo Bamba right away over Marc Gasol. I still believe Mo Bamba has a lot of experience, but doing this trade, Mo Bamba still has one more year left on his contract, and he can kind of be like a project and a player, a center that can develop for their future, to potentially be Anthony Davis' future partner. Mo Bamba has a lot of comparisons to Clint Capella. I just believe he needs a better opportunity and situation. So ultimately, guys, this wraps up my video for today on 5 Los Angeles Lakers trades that I believe could happen, I believe should happen, and in my opinion, these make a lot of sense. What's most important to me is what are your thoughts? Are these trades realistic? Do you agree with me? Do you not? Let me know what you're thinking down in the comment section down below. But other than that, take it easy, God bless, and I'll see you all next time on Easy Buckets.